Good Super Bowl Sunday, everyone. I hope you're enjoying this day. I hope wherever you are, your weather is nice. I'm looking out the window and it's sunny right now, and it's about, let's see, 50 degrees. So, that's a nice temperate day. Looking forward to the game. My daughter's a Bucks fan, so if you can see, Buccaneers sporting the colors for her. Hope they win. Tom Brady, do it. Anyhow, I'm streaming the day because I figured, I attended a convention yesterday in Rockhill, South Carolina, which is about 30 minutes from where I live. It was one of those nice little hotel shows. And by hotel show, I mean, it's in this ballroom, not really big, more of a conference room, actually. I'd say the room was probably, I don't know, 1,000 square feet, 1,200 square feet. There were 15 comic book dealers, and it was just comics. It was a lot of Silver Age comic books, um, no toys, no crafts. A couple artists showed up to sit down and show their work. I just went with a buddy of mine, Dennis, who I do the Dennis and Andy Show with podcast, so check that out. And, look to pick up some books. So I thought I'd share with you the books I picked up. The Deputy. Oops. This is a Dell movie classic from let's just open it up and get the exact date. So this is Dell Exciting Adventure, September, November, number 1130. So number 1130 came out in 1960. And it's titled The Deputy, starring Henry Fonda and Alan Case. Now, the reason I picked this book up is I buy books for artwork. This book was drawn by John Buscema. So this is 1960, before his Marvel time. This was penciled and inked by the great John Buscema. I love John's artwork. So I figure we'll go through some of it. I mean, the acting is on par. The facial expressions, the details. If you know John, he was into the barbarian stuff and the more real life stuff. He wasn't a big fan of drawing superheroes, even though for the latter part of his career, and probably most of his career, that's how he made his bread and butter, at Marvel Comics from 66, 67, drawing superhero stuff, and a good amount of Conan and Tarzan, which was what he truly loved. But the bulk of his work at Marvel was superhero stuff, which was not his first love at all. He liked drawing this type of stuff. And, this is definitely before the quote-unquote Marvel way with the dynamic panel layouts and such. But this is still just fantastic, great storytelling where he's composing the panels to lead you through the page, panel to panel, with the way he's designing each panel and the composition of the panels. And this book was about 30. Well, the price on the book was $30, but the dealer I bought it from was selling everything at half off, so I picked it up for a nice $15. Not able to do my math. I love some of the stuff here. I love this middle panel where the one dude's sitting on another dude like, yeah, you're not going to move now. I got you, buddy. That cracks me up. You can see he was trying to do the likenesses of Henry Fonda and Alan Case as well. I don't know if he had to. He drew, John Buscema drew, I believe, 7 or 8 books for these Dell movie classics. I've got most of them. He did Hercules. Hercules, I believe, Hercules Unchained, which starred Steve Reeves. And it's my favorite one out of this series of books he did. He did a Sinbad one, which I'm still hunting down. He did a Viking one, which I'm still hunting down. He did Spartacus with Kirk Douglas, which is, I have that one. It's phenomenal. He did Helen of Troy, which is gorgeous. Love that face right there. Love that face. Of course, John's a master at drawing horses as well. This top panel, just phenomenal. This is a lot of what I collect now. It's just older stuff. Great face. And there's 2 stories in this book. The second story is The Deputy, Death and Taxes. 2 things in this life that you know for sure you can't escape: death or taxes. And this is all stuff I found online because there's no credit in these comics. I like the weird stuff too, like right here. This panel right there, the back shot of that guy, just the gesture in that pose. It's not stiff. It has life to it. I mean, John is just a master craftsman. Let's go through a couple more things. I love this one panel right here. That panel. Oops. That panel is just awesome. You can learn so much. I mean, the way he does the wrinkles in the clothing just looks so effortless. And he was, so this is 1960. He was 34 when he drew this. 34. Just love it. Here's another great face. Great close-up of that guy right there. I just poured through this last night watching TV. Yes, I keep it in a bag and board. So that's one pickup. Another pickup I got was Star Trek book and record set. Let me take this out of here. My buddy Dan Lawless is commenting. Let's see. Horses are a pain to get right. You know you're a master when you can nail them down. Ain't that the truth? I had Jose Delbo as a teacher in my first year at the Kubert School. And Jose was just tough on us. And I only had him for that 1 year. It was a basic drawing class. And he was just a master at drawing horses. I mean, he could take a piece of chalk, go up to the chalkboard, and just whip out a great drawing of a horse. And he would give us assignments where we had to draw horses. And he would always bust everybody's balls in the class saying, I said horses, not dogs. You guys are drawing big dogs. Horses are different from dogs. I've had to draw horses in my career. I've been satisfied with some of them, and with some of them, not too satisfied. All right, so back to this Star Trek book and record set. This was only $2. One of the reasons it was $2 is because no record. But one of the reasons I bought this, I like Star Trek. I wouldn't consider myself a Trekkie by any means. I've seen episodes of TOS, the original series, but I haven't seen every single one. I've seen 3 of the 4 Star Trek movies that came out in the late 70s, 80s, and then I've seen all 3 of the reboots. But I bought this because this book starts with a nice splash page of the Enterprise. But no, that's not why I bought it. I bought it because, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, this book was drawn by John Buscema. Are we seeing a theme here? The big John Buscema drew Star Trek, and I believe the inks were done by Krusty Bunkers. And you're like, Krusty Bunkers? What's Krusty Bunkers? Krusty Bunkers was the nickname for Neil Adams' studio of inkers. So Neil inked a few things in this book. So did Dick Giordano, and then other members of the studio. And that's as far as I know. I could be wrong. I know Dick Giordano's inking, and it definitely looks like Dick Giordano inked some of this work, but it also looks like Neil had a hand in some of it as well. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I just love this because you can definitely see John Buscema's layouts in it, like that. And you can definitely see the inking of Dick Giordano and others from Krusty Bunkers, which included Joe Rubenstein and I should know more. Terry Austin was a part of Krusty Bunkers. I guess some inkers would come in and out of Krusty Bunkers, but this definitely has the hallmark of that. I mean, I love this big panel right here. This 3-shot of them. Wayne says, hey, from Scotland, this might be off topic, but I've bought your How to Draw Superheroes and both volumes. Your friend Bart Sears Drawing Powerful Heroes. They have helped me loads. Love your videos. Wayne, I appreciate it. And dude, you're in Scotland? Are you from Scotland? Or are you from here and moved over there? I'm just curious because I've never been there. I would love to go to Scotland. It's a place I've always wanted to visit. So, man, that's awesome. And thank you for buying the How to Draw books of mine and Bart's. We really appreciate hearing stuff like that from fans. Love this stuff. I love this simple coloring. She's in the foreground, so they knock her out with the blue, so you focus more on the background characters. Just great face, great artwork in these. So I buy most of the stuff because of the artwork. Yes, Leonard Nimoy. Look at that Spock right there. Oh, Wayne's from Scotland, which means you have that awesome Scottish accent, which I only wish I could do. Have to talk to you on the phone one day, Wayne, just so I can hear it. Usually Star Trek didn't translate the comic medium very well. If anyone can make it work, Big John could. Dan, you are right. Big John made this work. And here's the funny thing. I picked this up yesterday, like I said, for $2. I already have it. And the one I have has the record included and is in much better shape than this one. But for $2, I couldn't help it. I love this panel too. I mean, that is Big John right there. And this came out in, let me see what year this came out. Oh, there's no indicia. Oh, wait, 1975. So John was already working the dynamics of the Marvel way. I mean, you got this nice panel right there with all the Big John attributes to it. Oh, love this face right here. Love that face. Oops, tap the right finger right there. If you're a Big John fan and a Star Trek fan, I would say this is a must-have. Oh, here's Big John throwing it down at you. Look at that panel. Whoops. Oops. Love that. See what else? Ah, great upshot. This is just a great camera angle. I mean, that is just taken like right at him. Yeah, and this came out before How to Draw Comics the Marvel way, but you can tell, John's talking about dynamic camera angles and whatnot. Man, just every page is just, look at this. Love this. Oops, these hands right here. Man. This guy, look at that. Zap. Whatever's happening to him. Great Kirk face. And John, I mean, come on. The man knows how to draw the ladies. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Watch a TV show called Still Game, mate. Trust me. All right, I'll have to search it out. Dan, it's a great point. I wonder if they think American accents are cool in Scotland. Well, Wayne, do you guys over there, do you look at us and go, or hear us and go, man, those American accents are awesome? Or do you go, man, those American accents are just, who cares? And then, of course, it ends with Captain Kirk in his chair. So that was another good pickup I got from the show for $2. Very well worth the money I spent. And then something else to add to my collection. So I'm a big fan of Captain Marvel, the Marvel Captain. I mean, I like Shazam Captain Marvel as well, but love this Captain Marvel. Love this incarnation of him when he had white hair. Love this costume. So there's only 62 issues of this book. And I've had issues of it from when I was a kid, and they were spotty because I would just buy them here and there. And then last year, I believe I thought, you know what? There's only 62 of them. How many do I need? I needed about 30 or so. So I went on a quest. I went on the Captain Marvel quest to complete my collection. I'm now down to 3 issues. I need issue 5, issue 11, and issue 24, and my collection of Captain Marvel will be complete. Now, I could hold on here. I have an X-Men vs. Star Trek comic. I have that same comic, Wayne. It was produced by Top Cow, I believe. Mark Silvestri did the bulk of the artwork, and I think it's awesome. Love that book. It is Gil Kane. You are correct. So I love Captain Marvel. I'm on a quest, like I said, to get the rest of them. Now, I could go to my local comic shop. Heroes aren't hard to find. And he has a huge, huge warehouse that if you ask, he has it. So I could easily just shoot him an email and say, hey, man, could you get me issues 5, 11, and 24 of Captain Marvel? And he'd be there a couple days later in my pull box at the shop. But I don't want to do that because that takes the fun out of the hunt. And I like the hunt. So when I go to cons, I have a list. I have a wish list on an app on my phone that I hunt for. And I picked up 2 more Captain Marvels yesterday, so I'm down to 3. Issue 20 by Gil Kane and Dan Atkins. Excuse me for a second. Oh, that smell, that smell, that smell. Don't you love that smell of old comics? I love that smell so much. Dan says, did you ever read the Starhawks drawn by Gil Kane? Oh, Dan, I have a collection. I'm looking off at a bookshelf right now. I have a collection of Starhawks by Gil Kane. I'm just trying to see if it's something I can grab real quick and show. Let's see. It is not. I need to really put my stuff in order. I know it's on this bookshelf, but yeah, I love the Starhawk stuff, and I have Don't Get High on My Supply. I can't help it. Who needs drugs? I tell you what, all the sniffing I do of comics, I could probably snort a line of coke like that. Not that I have, and not that I ever would, because I wouldn't. I'm just saying, run your nose up the page. But yeah, so I've got a couple Starhawks collections, and I have the collection of Gil's Tarzan newspaper strips, which are awesome. Do you know about those, Dan? Anyhow, let's get into this bad boy. Boom, start with a splash page. Why don't I see splash pages like this anymore? This, come on. I want to see splash pages like this. This art is phenomenal. Look at that. Gil Kane right there. Gil Kane, up the nose shot of a woman, no less. Gil gets down on that, drawing that hard angle. Gil could do those facial expressions with so much emotion. Look at that. Crumble Hulk. This is some fantastic stuff. Dan, my man. All right, just for you, Dan. Hold on. Hold on now. Just for Dan. Give me a second. Let me find it. Not it. Not it. Where is it? Not it. Oh, Dan, I got 2 things to show you, Dan. 2 things. Oh, Dan. Tarzan by Gil Kane. Now, this book is 50-50 split. It's about, hold on here. It's that much Gil Kane. So it's about half. And it's half Mike Grell. So let me find some Gil Kane stuff. Hold on. Just trying to find something really good. Oh, look at that. Tarzan by Gil Kane. In black and white gloriousness as I make up words, maybe. Woe's right. And here, oh, so front cover Gil, back cover Mike Grell. Oh, I've got Tarzan versus Predator. I hear you, but look at that. I mean, come on. That's nice stuff. Grell was hitting on all cylinders when he was doing this stuff. So that's that. So search this out. I'll show it on screen. Go to eBay and search this baby out. And then, Dan, hold on, my chair slumped. What about this, Dan? Have you seen this? Gil Kane's Undersea Agent. Now we're really off topic of what I bought at the con, but this is why I like talking back and forth. Let me get some pages here. Just trying to find something really cool. This is from the 50s, I believe, late 50s. Came out from Tower Comics. Oh, look at that. That is Gil right there. Look at that creature. Pure Gil Kane. Trying to find some cool other stuff. Oh, yes. Here's the back cover. Front cover. It's a great pet. All right, back to Captain Marvel. I got it, brother. Lee Weeks drew that. Love it. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it. Oh, yes. Look at this. I wish Gil did, I think, 3 issues of Captain Marvel. I so wish he drew more. Every page is just exciting. Man, he just gets it in there. And this book came out in 1970. Yeah, Wayne, I hear you, brother. I love it. This is what I'm trying to get across in my first man. It's on Indiegogo now that you can go back if you'd be so obliged. Look at that shot of him flying in that second panel. I mean, come on. That is just gorgeous. Gil doing the perspective stuff all over the place. Just love Gil stuff. And it ends with the Hulk. Now, I will say, I've seen Gil draw the Hulk a few times, and I was never a big fan of the way he drew the Hulk. But you know what? It's Gil Kane, so I'll take it. So that's a book I bought. Now I've got one more to share. Another issue to add to my Captain Marvel. Like I said, I had 5 needed yesterday, and now I'm down to only needing 3. Captain Marvel 61. There's only 1 issue after this one. Drawn by Pat Broderick, who I remember when I got this I originally had this, I sold it, so I rebought it. I remember reading this in the 80s, and just being blown away by Pat Broderick's work. And now I look back on it, and Pat was like in his early 20s, I think, when he drew this stuff. That's just killer to me to think that he was in his early 20s. Because, you know, when I'm a 14, 15-year-old kid reading this, I'm like, Pat Broderick, this cat must be at least 40 years old. Nope, not at all. And Pat, man, talk about filling up the pages. Just, I mean, these are filled up. Written by Doug Munch. I think I said his name right. I loved his anatomy. It was so unique. Yeah, Gil Kane's anatomy was unique. Gil was one of those guys that you look at and you don't go, oh, Gil Kane, no, he obviously liked this artist and like this artist. No, Gil to me was one of those guys that you would put into that unique category where you could tell he likes George Bridgman. You could tell the artist he studied figure drawing from, but you didn't look at his work and go, oh, he got this from that comic book artist or that artist. At least not that I can see. He likes George Bridgman. He likes, you could tell he likes Bern Hogarth. But when it came to other comic artists, I wouldn't say he was like, oh, Alex Raymond and Hal Foster. Maybe some Bern Hogarth. Dan says you need to beef up his Hawk. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I think his Hawk was a little too thin. A little too thin and wiry. But still, good stuff. Oh, I love this panel. Look at that. I used to own a page of Captain Marvel by Pat Broderick, and like a dunce, I sold it. It's one of the few pages out of the original art that I own that I wish I never sold. But what are you going to do? Live and learn. Another cool page. Right there. Good stuff. Very cool stuff. And there it is, one of my favorite Hostess ads, starring the Hulk. Looks like Sal Buscema and Joe Sinnott worked on it. I do like the grainy color as well, Wayne. I agree. I love this old stuff. Hold on, I forgot to do it with this one. Oh, yes. Enjoy that smell. This last panel, I'm not sure, but that last panel looks like you got it from a Neil Adams Superman. I could be wrong. I'm willing to bet I'm 100% wrong, but it has that vibe to it. So maybe it was influenced. This panel right there, I love that back of Captain Marvel. That's just a strong back shot right there. So yeah, so I'm down to 3 issues. So if anybody wants to send me issue 5, 11, or 24 of Captain Marvel as a friendship gift, I would take it. I'm never going to shy away from a friendship gift from somebody. So if anybody wants to send me one, I'm more than happy to take your patronage. Tape. And I did get one more book. I love looking through. I don't think there were any Charles Atlas ads in it. Definitely no Count Dante. I know what you're talking about, though. So the last book I picked up was from the dollar box. The guy had dollar stuff. And it's Ron Garney, Spider-Man fighting Captain America, drawn by Ron Garney. It is Scotch tape. I see what you did there, Scotland. Scotch tape. Nice one. Love wordplay. Anyhow, Amazing Spider-Man during the Civil War stuff from a decade ago or more. Spider-Man and his iron spider suit fighting Captain America, drawn by Ron Garney. Ron is one of the standouts in this business. Just love his stuff. So this was bought purely for the art because it's a multi-part story, and I don't know what's happening before or after it. This is actually part 3 of 6. So I did read it, and I was lost because, well, like I said, I don't know what's happening. But Ron is just a phenomenal artist. Love this stuff. Just pulls you right into the page. Boom. Iron Man just in your face. Ron's a great storyteller, great artist, very versatile. This is where I give him I give artists that draw Iron Man with no metal reflection done in black and white, leaving it all to the color, the Balls Award. The Balls Award, because it takes balls to leave all that reflection out, and it's not something I can do. Oh, look at that. In the sewers with Captain America and team. Ron is like one of my top 5 Captain America artists. That's another reason I bought this. Let's get to the Cap fighting stuff. There it is. There it is. That's an intro of Cap. I mean, come on. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Dan knows where it's at. Dan's like, incredible artist and great guy. You got it. Ron is the salt of the earth. Love that guy. Look at this angle. You know this. You know the description was Cap and Spider-Man face off. And Ron's like, how can I draw that differently? Nice upshot. Gets a nice close combat fight page. Equal size panels just to move it along and not pay any importance to any one shot. The last panel, Cap's like, take that. I'm sick of this. Punch. They flip away from each other. Great shot there. Dodging a ricocheting shield. Nice perspective on that panel. Another great shot. Cap's like, gotta go, kid. I'm out. So that was it. Those are my pickups. I bought 5 comic books. I spent in total $40 at the show yesterday. So not too bad for what I got. Very happy with what I got. Let's see. I would like to share with you something. One of my favorite artists for Spider is the late, great Michael Turner. Michael would have been great to see on a Spider-Man book, not just covers. Let me do something here. Oops, how do I do? Oh, here it is. Wait, what am I doing? Hold on. Trying to share my screen. That is not what I want you guys to see. This is my campaign, First Man. I would love it if more people backed it. It's got 7 days to go. It's a 64-page graphic novel, square bound, in the sense of the Silver Age comics that I love. So please give this a look. The link is in the description below in the YouTube channel. 64 pages, cosmic adventure. I would very much appreciate it. I thank you guys for joining me today. It was just a short little stream, just 30 minutes. Share it around. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell at the bottom, wrong side, bottom here, so you get notified when I go live, because sometimes I plan it and sometimes I just go live and in person like I did today, impromptu, just to talk about stuff. That's what I talked about. Sometimes I do drawing streams, so sometimes I'll share my screen and draw something digitally while we're talking. So please follow me. And one last comment, looks dynamic. Dan, I appreciate that so much. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm going to go enjoy some pre-Super Bowl stuff. So bye, everyone.